All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between 120 and Who. This game taking place here on Terranistan. Hello to Germany, as this game is getting underway. This game was recommended, and it is a NetEase game, as you can tell by the upload and interface. Hello to Bulgaria. Hello, Bulgaria. How are you doing? As things are getting into position. We are going to be looking at an Orc versus Undead matchup here. Unfortunately, there are no observers, so I will most likely just head off and head over to Orc view because, if it is going to be a Blade Master, Blade Master is impossible to track unless I actually can see him on the minimap. Just found out that my merchandise store is most likely going to end up closing unless it can get like one sale at least every 2 weeks. So we'll see if I'll be able to buy or purchase some stuff for myself, see how it looks. If you guys did purchase, I know there's about 3 of you out there, let me know how it looks. I would love to take a look at it and see if it actually is nice, or if it's not, thank you for purchasing it anyways, and you can use it as a rag somewhere when you try and wash your car. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. We are going to be looking at Delayed Altar of Darkness. It looks like it is going to be a Crypt Fiend build coming in from 120. There's that Tomb of Relics already getting added and underway as well. As Terranistan still takes a little bit of time for me to get used to the new layout and positioning. Where can I find your merchandise? I believe you can see it. If you go to any of my later videos, it is in the description. If you go to Streamlabs, there's a merchandise store. It's just a hoodie. That's all that there is right now. Anyways, Voodoo Lounge getting into position there, but thank you for asking. I'll put a link in the description just in case anyone does want to take a look at it, as the Blade Master already on the move out with a single grunt. Am I a pro player? I never claimed to be a pro player. I am not a pro player. The highest I ever got, I think, was like level 46. As we see a mirror image as the first ability. All right, a little bit of a head scratch right there. Mirror image, not the typical item, as a clause of attack +6 has been picked up. Blade Master now on the move. Yeah, I think back in the day, back in 2005, my highest rank was like top 50 US West, and that was it, and that really is not that great, but overall it's pretty good, as the Blade Master now goes after the Forest Troll High Priest. This is still 1.29. Actually, let me take a look at it. The Acolytes get changed out. It's still 220 hit points, so I believe it is still 1.29, but we're seeing a lot of transition away from the 1.30 strategies. Let's go ahead and take a look back off to the north here. It is in the description. I just thought it was 1.29. That is what the replay says it was, even though this game was taken from the last week. The NetEase servers are still in 1.29. Not quite sure why they are delayed. Perhaps it's taking a little bit longer to patch than normal. Renegade Wizard going to get taken out here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, it is a Dreadlord. All right, Dreadlord versus a mirror image Blade Master. I don't know if they decided or they wanted to go for an unorthodox strategy here, but really unorthodox. The fact that the Blade Master now has 2 circlets of nobility gives him +10 damage, but more importantly, he also has more critical strike. You used to play Heroes of the Storm. What happened with that? I used to play a lot of things, just could not stay good at it, as the Blade Master now is going to be forced to retreat here. There's a sleep, and the Blade Master, this is actually going to be an interesting situation. The Blade Master does not have Wind Walk. He's not going to be able to Wind Walk out of any tight situations, and that's the reason why he's holding onto that Scroll of Town Portal. We could see a sleep onto this grunt right here. There is a critical strike onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord now trying to get away. Dreadlord having sleep and most likely carry on Swarm, as the units are now in full retreat. Dreadlord down to 220 hit points. Will it be able to get away, as little bit of damage is adding on to that onto that Blade Master from those slow but, well, steady attacks. Dreadlord now trying to get away. It could just get a sleep off as the Blade Master Illusion now doing some pathing, allowing the other Blade Master, the real Blade Master, to actually get in some hits. This could be very problematic. There you go. And it is going to shadow meld with the Cloak of Shadows. Very, very interesting opening already. I cannot predict how this game is going to go, as you now see a Scroll of Town Portal was in fact sold. Interesting that he sold the Scroll of Town Portal while he only has Mirror Image. All right, a little bit of unorthodox strategy there. Blade Master now coming back around. Is he going to fall for it? Fall for the bait? Blade Master, does it actually do a little bit of damage? Let's take a look. If it was, then perhaps there is a bit of change as well. Blade Master, let's take a look. Just going to go ahead and walk on its way in. Thank you for the cheer. Protector, thank you, as the Blade Master now going to walk on by. I'll read that full message later, as the Blade Master, well, just still doing a little bit of scouting. We are teching the tier 2 nearly done, teching the tier 2 already completed, as we are now going into the Shadow Hunter. There is the Bestiary and the Spirit Lodge getting underway, as the Blade Master tries to finish off some more units at plus 19 attack with a Ring of Regeneration. Well, decides to sell it. A Ring of Regeneration, not that great on a Blade Master, as you can go ahead and see that Kobold will get taken out. Been watching from time to time, so I won't call myself biggest fan, but you're the only reason that I'm still liking WarCraft Frozen Throne. Thank you for the kind words, as we see another Circlet of Nobility on that Blade Master. That Blade Master now with plus 6 to every stat. That looks as a rather strange Blade Master, as you can tell. Plus 6 to every stat. It has the stats of pretty much a level 4 Blade Master, just not the skills. Gonna go ahead and try to go after some additional units here. Able to get some more critical strikes, and now finally backing up again. All right, let's take a look here. Blade Master is going to be able to finish off the Sacrificial Pit. It looks like it will be able to do... No, not be able to do that. There's a quick sleep on the Blade Master. Blade Master tries to wake himself up with an illusion. Doesn't work. And now this Blade Master is in trouble. He could try a Mirror Image here to try to get out of it, because you don't know which one is the real one. As you can take a look now. Oh, Mirror Image does not work. Blade Master going to get taken down. Blade Master falls at level 2. Giving the Dreadlord at level 3. All right, let's take a look back across here. Blade Master Illusion heading back. That's serious, Crota. You should cast in an official championship, the best one ever. I would love to cast in an official match at sometime. We'll see. I do live in Irvine, so I am close to Blizzard headquarters, but they don't seem to host anything for WarCraft 3 in or near or around Irvine, except for the invitationals, which, well, I tried to get invited to after I found out about them, but, well, they had already lined up the Back to WarCraft guys, who are great casters indeed, also keeping WarCraft 3 alive. All right, Shadowhunter now making its rounds out, gonna go after these skeletal minions as they now head back off to the north. All right. Oh, that Renegade Wizard, what is it doing? It gets in a quick Hex onto a Grunt. The Skeletal Minions may be able to actually take it down, as we're going to see those Assassins getting in some spear damage as well. Always got to be careful. That Hex from just beyond the trees causing a bit of the problem as the Shadowhunter and Raiders try to clear up more of these units. Meanwhile, Dreadlord with Obsidian statues, what is the long-term strategy? Is there going to be a second hero? Not 100% sure, as we look at a solo Dreadlord still. No one deserves to cast WarCraft 3 tournament games more than you. No, there are plenty of people who deserve to cast WarCraft 3 tournaments. I don't get to do this full time, but thank you for the kind words. I'm just going to say Sage. Hi, Nightpire. How are you doing? Shadowhunter now going to go ahead and clear up some of these kobolds. A quick ensnare. The kobold taskmaster are now going to get taken down. That ensnare will last quite a bit of time, and the benefits of ensnare is that you're allowing the orc army to go after units, and when they're ensnared, they're rooted and don't attack back, so it's pretty much like an entangle. We're going to be looking at all these units heading back every which way. NU31, hey, how are you doing as well? Wow, a lot of people joining in on the cast today, or at least talking alongside me, as the kobolds will get finished up here. Blade Master going to sit at level 2, get to level 3, desperately needs Windwalk, and will get Windwalk finally. Illusion still heading back off to the north here. I believe the shade does reveal that it is just, in fact, an illusion, as the Blade Master Shadowhunter head across the middle portion of the map. Now, I don't see what the long-term strategies are going to be from these players as of yet. We are getting the Tauren Chieftain, Endurance Aura most likely the Tauren Chieftain with Endurance Aura is probably the next step, as the Tauren Chieftain also gets an Orb of Lightning. All right, let's take a look at this. We have Vampiric Aura. There is going to be a bunch of ghouls here or sleep onto the Raider, as the Tauren Chieftain gives the Orb of Lightning to that Blade Master, and the Blade Master can in fact cause some problems. Gonna go ahead and try and engage back. Nope, there is the sleep once more. We are going to get a surround, and there is, well, Mirror Image level 2. It was not in fact Windwalk, as the Blade Master could be in trouble. Blade Master now trying to get away, down to 65 hit points. Oh my gosh, I believe the sleep actually gave invulnerability to the Blade Master. The attack from the Shadow or from the Lich could have perhaps finished it off, but it does not. And wow, what a quick change right there. All right, Dark Ranger now trying to pull back here. Tauren Chieftain needs to get away. A lot of damage absorbed by these Orc units, as they are now trying to back up again. 46 supply compared to 49. Blade Master needs to use that range attack. Finishes off the Dark Ranger, but the Blade Master is in trouble. Blade Master, what's going to happen here? Spirit Link. Is it going to try and Mirror Image again in order to get away? No, it does not do that, as the Blade Master is still continuing to fight back and forth. All right, this is just absolutely crazy, as the units are now trying to get away. A big purge right there, but Devour Magic healing up the majority of the damage that the Destroyer was dealt. All right, how do you choose matches to cast? I generally try to, I go to replay sites, and I generally try to cast NetEase games. I know a lot of players out there can easily play the BattleNet maps. So because of that, I try to cast the NetEase games just in case there are games out there that you do want to see, but you don't know enough Chinese to actually navigate the installation for the NetEase servers. All right, oh, nice, caught you live. Yep, you caught me live, as the Shadow Hunter sitting at level 2, also with a Sobi mask. Nicely played right there. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is still trying to, well, clear out some more of these creep camps. He could back off. Tauren Chieftain, I believe, will not get to level 2. Shadow Hunter will stay away, but the Dreadlord are already coming in from the back here. Kodo Beast, is it going to try and devour anything? Trying to get, well, it's feet onto a Crypt Fiend. Not going to be able to do exactly that. Is it going to eat something? It wants to eat something delicious, but taking a lot of damage, as well. Its eyes are bigger than its stomach, and it, well, chased after units only to get surrounded. Tauren Chieftain low on hit points. There is a sleep onto the Blade Master. Tauren Chieftain now gets taken down, as the Tauren Chieftain was just a little bit too far deep. 51 supply compared to 40, 120, having the definite advantage. Meanwhile, Blade Master with Mirror Image just feeding mana into the Destroyer, as you saw the Devour Magic. Can you play WarCraft 3 on Game Ranger? I don't know. All right. Ghouls now making their way back across here. Grunts, Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, all trying to retreat. Vampiric Aura on the Shadow Hunter, as we take a look. Well, engaging against all of these bandits here. Are they going to try and attack the Undead? That would be a flip there, as we are looking at a Dark Ranger with the Orb of Corruption, which, well, is a little bit of a surprise, as it can no longer use black arrows. All right, damage now going across here. Blade Master down to 670 hit points. Is he going to be able to make his way back out? Shadow Hunter sitting at level 2. Will it get to level 3 before it teleports away? No, but it does, in fact, save a Raider. All right, Hello Crow, just watched a cast on YouTube. Nice. Oh, thank you for the follows. As well as the Tauren Chieftain is back in play. Tauren Chieftain only at level 1, resurrecting very quickly. Meanwhile, some low hit point raiders should get the benefit of a healing salve. Not quite sure why it hasn't done that. Thank you for the sub. Do you have your own emotes? If not, I should get one. I probably should get my own emotes. I need someone to design some emotes for me, since I am not that artistically, talented. That's how I'll say that. All right. Meanwhile, back off to the north here. Blade Master heading back up to the north. Would people actually subscribe more just because they get emotes? Maybe that is that a thing? Well, I guess that's what Twitch is all based on. Manual of Health being dropped down. Blade Master quickly picking that up. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 800 hit points. Blade Master sitting at 850, sitting at level 3. Wants to get to level 4, but still just a bit shy. These illusions are going to come back to bite Who's illusions are just constantly getting devoured magic. 120 is in the driver's seat of this game, but things can go awry can go sideways rather quickly as we take a look. Dreadlord now with healing wards. What's going to be happening here? Units are trying to do a bit of a chase. No sleep at all. As, well, you see a Devour magic right there. All right, Scroll of Speed now being used. Blade Master gets in an Orb of Lightning Purge onto that unit right there. Blade Master now trying to fight or take down. Can they actually proc damage? I'm not 100% sure, as the Raiders are now trying to get away. The Healing Ward needs to get taken down. Finally gets taken down. Ensnares going down across a couple of units. As you can see, the Kodo Beast is trying to get away with, well, something in its belly. Tauren Chieftain finishing off some units. Asleep onto the Blade Master. Blade Master seeing out level 4. Kodo Beast slowly digesting a target right there, as the Gargoyle is now going to join in on the fight. All right, Reversal of Fortune as the Crypt Fiend makes its way back out. And now we're going to see a Healing Ward coming back into play as the Crypt Fiend continues that fight. Sleep shutting down the Blade Master continually as the Dreadlord is getting, well, about a quarter of the way to level 6. Not quite there yet. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Shadowhunter sitting at 3. Blade Master still in play here as the units are chasing every which way. Blade Master is once again silenced as it is going to end up, well, surrounded here with, well, nope, not surrounded. I guess you cannot surround with air units as the Blade Master trying to get back in. All right, let's take a look at this. A couple of ensnares later. Units are now trying to head back every which way. There is a, well, mirror image being used once more, but all the destroyers have to do is devour magic for a split second and figure out which one is the real one. Blade Master trying to get away. Blade Master down to 199 hit points, looking to head back. Meanwhile, Shadowhunter low on hit points and on mana, trying to get back as well as it needs to get away. Well, Spirit Link now devoured. All right, let's take a look. Shadowhunter trying to head back. Blade Master needs to regroup. Army 65 compared to 38. Who can really come back in this game? That is a rhetorical question, not a question of who is actually able to get back in this game right now. I'm not sure what exactly who can do. There is a level 5 Dreadlord, a level 3 Dark Ranger, Scroll of Town Portal that's Staff of Teleportation being used in order to get away, giving more experience to the Dark Ranger. Meanwhile, these illusions are just constantly doing an annoyance harassment as the Blade Master still sits at level 3. The hero levels are just far too low for the Orc army to really make that big of a difference. Now, coming back the other side, we are getting some more Bat Riders, 43 supply compared to 70. 120 is winning out on in the overall fight right now, but we are finally going into Double Bestiary. Double Bestiary has been scouted out by the Shade, so if we get a lot of Troll Bat Riders, it will shut down, well, maybe a handful of Destroyers and Frostworms, but the Fiends, as long as they have Web, which they should be getting, should be fine. All right, Blade Master will get to level 4 off of this creep camp here. Tauren Chieftain will stay at 2 unless the Blade Master and the Shadowhunter back away. That is not happening, as now we see the Dark Ranger Healing Wave coming across. Gargoyles joining in. Ends justify the means. Takes down one. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 3. Tauren Chieftain could try to make its way across. Are we going to get a stomp? Well, there is a very good... another Troll Bat Rider coming across, trying to finish off units as the Spirit Walkers just absolutely getting destroyed. All right, well, there's some mirror images for the Destroyers to easily try and devour magic again. Tauren Chieftain could put his foot down, try and do a little bit of damage. Perhaps the Potion of Greater Healing could be transferred over as well. Blade Master down to 500 hit points, and it looks like he will be able to get away. More damage coming across multiple units as the Tauren Chieftain does put his foot down, slowing all of those ground units in its tracks. Blade Master down to 108 hit points. Blade Master now turning back around. Are we going to see a Potion of Healing getting transferred back? Not quite sure. Healing Wave coming across. Why isn't the Blade Master staying alive right here? As you can see, all of those Gargoyles and Destroyers in the air still causing a large amount of problems. 3 Obsidian statues, 2 Gargoyles, a Shade, a Frostworm, all here ready to go. Troll Bat Riders could be making their way out as a Carrion Swarm rips through the Orc line and almost takes down multiple peons. However, the Dreadlord could have perhaps gone too far. Tauren Chieftain unable to put his foot down right now. Blade Master is currently asleep, unable to do anything, finally breaking its way out. All right, there is another sleep again. Troll Bat Riders are coming back in. Are they going to be able to just start suiciding? Yes, they are, but they haven't really finished anything off yet, as we could be looking at an Obsidian statue getting taken down. Blade Master down to 200 hit points, down to 186, 154. Blade Master needs to try to get away. Potion of healing has been transferred. There it is. Heals back up. Dark Ranger could get taken down here, down to 51 hit points. No big heal. Scroll of Town Portal could be used at the last moment as the Shadow Hunter looks or joins back in. Blade Master going after all these units. Troll Bat Riders are showing up, and this is the switch that we've been waiting for. All of a sudden, another Troll Bat Rider takes down another Frostworm. Tauren Chieftain trying to get away, as we now see, all right, Tauren Chieftain, however, taken down. Scroll of Town Portal finally used. I'm not sure why the Dark Ranger was not focused down here, but we see a 30 supply going up against a 50 supply army. All right, Blade Master sitting at 4.5, Shadow Hunter sitting at 4, Tauren Chieftain getting resurrected, also at level 3. 29 supply compared to 50, as the gold mines are nearly mined out. What you see is what you get until an expansion is established, and well, what you see from 120 is a significantly larger army. Is he going to be able to hold that tech advantage or hold the army advantage, or did he lose too much against those Troll Bat Riders? That is a big question right there, as the Blade Master, if the Blade Master gets to level 5 and the Shadow Hunter get to level 5, Tiny Great Hall also being used, Pocket or Tiny Great Hall, and all of a sudden you are good to go for an expansion. Expansion building up very quickly here. Troll Bat Riders, do they have Liquid Flame? That would actually change things up quite a bit, and Gargoyles could try and do a little bit of a fight back here, as well this Haunted Gold Mine could get taken down. All right, it is siege damage, and this is still taking full damage here, as we're going to be looking at the Gargoyles now trying to make their way back. Destroyer is going to get in some damage as they are once again retreating. All right, these peons, another peon needs to get added. Thank you for the subscription, Torretor Protector. Always very, very helpful, as we're now looking at the Troll Bat Riders rejoining in. 36 supply compared to 50. Both sides do not want to make a critical mistake here. This is the point where if you overextend, things can tip in favor of you or your opponent very, very fast. Both players should be trying to play conservatively until expansions are established, as the Troll Bat Riders, well, they can do a lot of damage in just a moment's notice. Blade Master right there finishes off some units. A lot of Troll Bat Riders. What is going on here? Destroyer, Tauren Chieftain coming in from the back, suiciding, taking down a Frostworm already. All right, Blade Master, the only anti-air unit, quickly getting slept. Tauren Chieftain should perhaps also be getting an Orb of Lightning, as we are now looking at the Shadow Hunter, also an anti-air unit as well. All right, you can take a look, the amount of damage, all of those destroyers, armor upgrades, the real main difference here, 30% damage restrictions. Thank you for the subscription, as the, well, is the Blade Master going to be able to finish anything off here? Trying to take down units, trying to suicide, and unable to make the turn to finish off those destroyers. That would have been absolutely huge, but now you kind of know where those units are. Trying to retreat back off to the north. The Troll Bat Riders are looking to just suicide themselves. The Crypt Fiends do not have web. Why do they not have web? I do not know, as they're going to go ahead and suicide. Two destroyers now taken down. Blade Master getting closer on experience. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3. More suicides coming across here again, as the Blade Master may actually start to win out on the fight. Putting his foot down, stunning down 3 units, as we are going to see what an Obsidian statue. One more shot as well. All right, level 4 on the Shadow Hunter, level 4 on the Blade Master, nearly level 5. Shadow Hunter needs to get away. Is he going to be able to get away? Perhaps trying to focus down some of those units. Shadow Hunter is in trouble, down to 62, down to 3 hit points, and he gets taken out. Blade Master will be forced to retreat here. Troll Bat Rider, is he going to sacrifice himself? There was a Hex onto that Frostworm, but too little, too late. He was already slowed down. All right, Blade Master, Potion of Invulnerability, going to try and get away. As we see the Blade Master just walking, well, rather slow. Tauren Chieftain with Boots of Speed and Endurance Aura trying to escort that Blade Master out of a bad situation. Boots of Speed not transferred. Blade Master in a bit of trouble, down to 158 hit points, as he is now almost taken down to dead, as we're now looking at the Troll Bat Riders finishing things off. Okay, Tauren Chieftain down to 700 hit points. Only a solo Tauren Chieftain left. 37 supply compared to 22. Gold is still being mined. Shadow Hunter getting resurrected. Blade Master Illusions, well, are just that. Devour Magic once again, as, well, I got to believe Windwalk would have been the better ability 9 times out of 10, as the destroyers have just been consistently devouring those mirror images, getting mana and regenerating hit points. Tauren Chieftain. All right, back down across over here. Level 2 Endurance Aura. We are looking at the Troll Bat Rider trying to make its way across. Dark Ranger is right there. Lich with that Orb of Corruption. Are we going to see a suicide? Yes, we are. The Dreadlord does have enough mana to call down a Crypt Lord? No, not a Crypt Lord. An Infernal. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been quite some time since I've actually seen an Infernal used. Actually, probably not that long, since only a couple of months now, as the Dreadlord perhaps looking to get a potion of mana to be able to use that here in just a second. If who wins, then I'll fall off my chair in shock. Yeah, right now it really feels like 120 is in the driver's seat of this game. Dark Ranger about to get to level 5. If things get bad, or if the fights are just traded evenly, 120 should end up getting possession as well. 2 of the strongest ultimate abilities, especially in the late game, being able to stun down units, deal damage, have a summon, and then convert 1 unit from your enemy over to your side. All right, let's take a look. Dreadlord sitting at level 6. Expansion is gone. All real hope is gone, as the Blade Master slowly getting resurrected. Is he going to be able to come across here? Troll Bat Riders are right here. No Liquid Flame, and that is a big surprise. Liquid Flame would actually make this building unrepairable and allow for this type of play here. All right, down to 125 hit points, just staying within range. Not quite sure why, as, well, was that a cancellation? Nope. There you see the army now trying to chase back all of those units once more. Blade Master about halfway resurrected, 50 supply compared to 24, as we're looking at, well, the Frostworm trying to get into the right spot. 03 upgrades, 30% damage reduction, and 35% damage reduction on destroyers, Frostworms, Gargoyles. Very high armor indeed. And where are all of these units going to be traveling to next? I believe someone said you can actually play on Game Ranger. I'm not sure what Game Ranger is. And if it is not supported by Blizzard, well, please don't talk about it here, because I don't want to strike on my channel because my viewers are talking about how to copyright video or play copyrighted video games. Anyways, Shadow Hunter, Tauren Chieftain now making its way back off to the north. Peons trying to do the walk of shame, only to get eaten by a swarm. Blade Master quickly getting sleeped, and this could in fact be the end. 22 supply right here. Are we getting any more Bat Riders? No, we are not. Units are trying to chase, and 120 knows he does not. Oh, Carrion Swarm taking down a Bat Rider here. He knows that he does not need to constantly fight here. Blade Master, if he actually purges this, that would actually be funny, because the Blade Master could actually stop the Hex. Blade Master, silence coming across multiple units. All of a sudden, let's take a look. Orb, oh, there's the Infernal coming down, stunning across multiple units as the Frostworm able to escape. Blade Master continuing to fight. There is another sleep right there. Sleeping the wrong unit. Dreadlord could get taken down. Dreadlord gets taken down. Level up on all of the Blade Master. Blade Master seeing that level 5. Infernal is in place. Stun. Dark Ranger could get taken down. Potion of Invulnerability used in time, as we now see, well, there goes the Frostworm. Frostworm now taken down. A 15 supply army going up against a 45 supply army, as the units are still trying to chase. Tauren Chieftain is still right here. Shadow Hunter is silenced, unable to heal up anything for right here, right now, as we should be looking at a healing wave going and dancing back around. All right, coming across, a big stomp across multiple units. Dark Ranger is in trouble, down to 116 hit points. It could get taken down. Down it goes as well. Both heroes are gone for the Undead. 120, who had such a commanding lead, now desperately behind, as he has no heroes. Even if he takes down one of these units, experience will be lost, since there is no hero. Inferno trying to finish things off. Blade Master in a bit of trouble, but the Blade Master, if it can get another proc of Oh yeah, of Purge, now finishing off another unit right there. There it goes. Shadowhunter now seeing that level 5, level 3 healing wave. Going to be very difficult to finish off any units as the Orc Tri-Hero finishes off the Infernal. Healing salve being used onto the Blade Master, Tauren Chieftain, Shadowhunter. Best friends going together, marching off into the expansion location. 48 supply compared to 15 supply, but when all you have is your heroes, that could be it. All right, let's take a look at this. Blade Master now coming, and when I asked who can come back into this game, that was a question, not a statement, as the Blade Master now looking to finish off a handful of these units here. It does not look like level 5 will be given to the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain could actually just have stomped and perhaps tried to make a little bit more happen here as the Blade Master down to 440 hit points. Tauren Chieftain, no stomp as there was a silence. However, Orb of Lightning still proccing and still working quite right, going after the Acolytes now. All right, still more attacks. Dark Ranger is back in the game. Tauren Chieftain trying to make its way over. Is it going to be able to finish off any more units? Tauren Chieftain still not going to get to level 5 though, as we see the Blade Master trying to finish off more units. 264-point critical strike. More fighting. Orb of Lightning onto the Frostworm. Frostworm could get taken down to 170 hit points. Trying to get away. Blade Master needs a critical strike to finish it off. Doesn't need it. Gets it. Tauren Chieftain now at 5. Tauren Chieftain at level 5 gets, is it level 3 stop? Not quite sure. Shadowhunter is in trouble. Is the Shadowhunter going to be able to get away? Down to 55 hit points. Down to 11 hit points. Trying to run. You can see the air units coming back. Healing wave. Well, he was not close enough to bounce a little bit of that healing. As you're taking a look, Dreadlord is back on the other side. Mirror image being used again. Surrounded, no, Devour Magic quickly takes down some of those Blade Master illusions as the Shadowhunter still low on hit points, needs to get away. Vampiric Aura, Blade Master continuing to fight. Tauren Chieftain and the Blade Master continuing to fight right here. Shadowhunter trying to play this dangerous dance, coming back and forth. Healing waves himself again and is now going to try and slip past. A game of chase is on with the Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter using Swirl of Speed temporarily, now going after some more of those ground units. Blade Master is currently asleep at the wheel. Could try to go after some more units. 272 critical strike, not going to be enough as we're looking at ghouls now getting taken down. Shadowhunter still alive temporarily, as the Vampiric Aura is also keeping these units alive. Blade Master now going after another Frostworm, another healing wave finally bouncing around. Dreadlord trying to finish off the Blade Master. Blade Master, well, temporarily invulnerable, but once again the Destroyer able to devour magic. Trying to finish things off. Blade Master will get the Frostworm. Frostworm gets taken down. Level 6 on the Blade Master. Level 5 still on the Shadowhunter, as the Blade Master does in fact have Blade Storm. There's Blade Storm followed by a Stomp. The Dreadlord is in trouble and taken down. And now, that is the game. All right. 120 losing to who after being up for over the majority of the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.